and welcome to today's podcast. I have the honor of having Nicole Boyle from Fancy Fix Decor on today. Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
Thank you so much for saying yes. I know when I first messaged you, you were a little like, who are you?
I knew who you were. I just didn't personally listen to podcasts. So I was like, why would anybody want me to be on that? But
Because
then I
I love
listened
your
to you.
page. I
Thank
love your
you.
style. I love it, even though we're not the exact same style. I love how you present your page and everything that you do. It's especially the holidays and the fall and how you bring your kids in here and there. It's just, I don't know, it's fun. It's just fun for me. So I
Thank
really
you.
enjoyed your page. So what inspired you to start your page? Let's go there.
Well, I actually have my degree in interior design.
Oh, wow.
And so I was doing lots of like fun design work, visual design, all kinds of stuff. And then I decided to stay home with my kids when I had my first son. And I was really, really bored. I know that sounds terrible, but
Oh, I
he
get
was
it.
only one, and like they sleep a lot, they don't do anything. And so my old work had actually asked me to come and help with social media because I could do that from home. And I thought, oh, I should do this for myself. And then we bought 5 acres with our farmhouse, and it's already really nice. It just needed like decorating and paint and a little bit of sprucing up. So I wanted to document that.
I love it. It's my dream. Like I said a little bit earlier, people may not think that, but I would love to have a farm with lots of animals, and that would be my thing. So
Yes,
it's hard to
we
find
have.
that in Arizona, though. It's like,
I know. So we have a farm, but we have zero animals right now because I have two tiny children. It's too hard.
yeah, I get that. You're in that young phase where they take up so much time and attention. I totally understand.
Yes.
Where I would have goats, pigs, horses.
Yeah, I'm
Anyway,
sure.
so your photos are phenomenal. So let's talk a little bit about your photos and how you get such great photos on your feed.
Thank you. So one of the jobs that I had before Instagram was I would style all the photo shoots, and then I worked with a professional photographer who would take all the pictures. But just working with him for years, he would teach me tips and tricks of lighting and angles and portrait mode and different things. And so I got really into it. And then I would just start taking the photos as well with my phone.
Mhm.
So I actually work with people now sometimes and just take photos for them. I don't have to post it on Instagram. I don't have to do anything. But the biggest thing with photos is actually just the editing. Like you can take just an okay kind of photo, and I prefer the Lightroom app. I think it's amazing. It's free. It's user friendly, and you can download presets. You can tweak them. You can create your own presets. So that is a really handy tool that I recommend to everybody.
That's awesome because I tell everybody I can't do photos, but maybe I could give that a try.
Yeah. Well, it has to be something you love.
Yeah.
And that's honestly one of my biggest things I tell people when they like talk about starting an Instagram or doing something. I say it you have to love it, because
Mhm.
people will say I don't have enough content to post every day. And I'm like, I have more photos and more videos than I know what to do with, because it's what I'm doing every day and because I love it. And I think that's the only way to be successful at something, is
Right.
if like you're passionate about it.
Oh, I totally agree 100%. And I'm not with photos.
But you are with so many other things. So, like, you have to just play up your strengths, I guess.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like when I first started, I couldn't take photos, so I only did video because I learned how to buy a light ring and turn the video camera on.
Uh,
But so like that's how I think I grew so quickly, is because I didn't know how to take photos, and the photos I took I knew didn't look good because I could compare to so many other people, and so I just stuck with video for so long, and then I finally got to the point where you have to grow your account differently, and I knew I had to. So I finally reached out and hired a photographer. But the tip about Lightroom and
yeah,
presets. So
yeah.
what are some of your favorite presets? Would you share that?
Yeah, of course. So, her name is Allie M. Boss on Instagram. And I love her presets. And then But you can also just go on Etsy and buy really inexpensive ones. So I probably have about 30. And this is also the best advice I ever got. A lot of people are so worried about their feed being like 100% cohesive. And obviously, you want it to look nice. But the advice I got was don't worry so much how that picture is going to look on your feed. Worry about how that picture is going to perform on its own. So
Mm,
if you're using the same preset on every single thing, personally, I know in my kitchen I have black granite. The black granite, I can't use some of the really light presets because it
mhm.
washes it out. So I choose presets that are all like similar, but I don't have one go to. And then I always tweak something like the exposure or the color or the temperature. So it's never really just like a one and done, but I've gotten really fast at it. I can do like 50 photos in like 10 minutes. Yeah. So that's another thing. Yeah, when my house is kid free
Yeah,
and all cleaned and decorated, like you mentioned, seasonal decorating, I definitely take my photos all for a season. So
yeah.
it's like, oh, once I get all the fall decor up, like I take all the photos, so I just have them ready to go. And then, when I make videos or have a collaboration, then I take the time and do new things.
Oh, that's good. That's a great tip. Batching
Yeah.
content, because I talk about that batching content,
Mhm.
and that's exactly what you're doing in just a
Oh
natural
yeah.
way. Yeah, you just have it all ready to go, especially seasonal, because
Yeah.
that way you get to, I feel like you get to enjoy the season a little bit more, you
Yes.
know? You're not feeling like, I remember that like my first year, I really struggled at trying to like figure out the Instagram
Yeah.
seasons. I didn't realize that fall was started in July.
It's earlier. Yeah. So I had worked in retail and wholesale, especially.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, it's Christmas in July. But that was another thing I wanted to talk about is like looking at what other people are doing on Instagram. So definitely when I first started, I felt like I would see what other people were doing and I would be like, "Oh, I guess that's what's popular, so I have to do that." And
Mhm.
that kind of got me doing things that's like that wasn't really my style or I wouldn't really do that. I was kind of just doing it for a photo. So 2 years ago I made a promise to myself that I was not going to do anything just for Instagram. Like what I share on Instagram is what I'm actually doing. Like, I'm not going to do a home renovation project because it's for Instagram. It's because it's something I'm already doing. So I'm sharing it. Same with like my seasonal decor. I'm like, I don't need to go 10 times overboard for Instagram. I'm going to do just what I want in my house. And hopefully it does well.
Yeah, and it has. It has.
Mhm.
Your
Yep.
growth has been amazing. So let's talk a little bit about
Yeah.
how you've grown, especially recently, right?
Yeah. So it actually started last like fall, Christmas. I started posting little like short, I call it time lapse, but if you don't have an iPhone or some people don't know what that is, it's just the really like speedy videos. And
Mhm.
I try to be like 15 seconds or less. And this was even before the introduction of Reels. So I started posting some holiday videos. And I remember it was a collab. They had sent me some Christmas stuff in like October. And I was like, I don't really want to style this. So I just did a cute like mantle video
Mhm.
and it went viral for me at the time. It got like 100,000 like views, like reached 200,000 people. And I was small back then because that was a year ago. And I just saw my growth. Like I grew thousands from that one video. So then I did another one like the next week. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to start doing videos. And I was posting them on my actual feed because IGTV has to be a minute.
Mhm.
Now they have reels, but before that, I would just post it on my feed. So I was like, okay, I'm going to post about one video a week. The reason why I know my growth stopped is I found out I was pregnant again.
Mhm.
And when I am pregnant, I am very sick and I couldn't even look at my phone. So I had to take a social media break. I went from posting, this is how I grew in the beginning. I posted every single day, sometimes twice a day. It took me 8 months to get to that 10,000 followers, that everybody wants for the swipe up. But after that, yeah, I had to take some time off. I went to posting maybe once a week. I wasn't showing my face a lot, but that was just the season I was in and I wasn't going to force it. Um, but then, I started feeling better and posting again. But same with like, everything that happened back in March. Like I took a little step back. Social media just wasn't like the best place for a lot of people. So I took a couple weeks off and I think that's healthy and it like recharges you. But then I came back and they've introduced reels, and that's what I already do. So I actually started posting some of my older videos because, I mean, if you think about it, if there's people that are following you now that weren't following you back then, 99% of the people probably haven't seen these videos that you
Right.
posted last year. And so my first couple reels were okay. They were good, but just okay. And then it was that third, like second or third reel, like boom, it got like 250,000 views, like right off the bat. And I was like, okay, this is it.
Mhm.
Um, and so the thing about reels, it doesn't show your insights, but I know, like, it shows you how many views, is that's all I can see. It doesn't show me how many followers I get. But since they introduced reels, I went from growing like 1,000 a month to 1 to 2,000 a week.
Yeah.
So I mean, I it's just crazy. So I try to do about three, like every other post actually, photo reels. So it comes out to about 3 videos a week.
Mhm.
Plus, I personally, for me, I feel like the videos are easier. I don't have to stage an entire room.
Mhm.
I can decorate one table, and then that can be just for a video, if I just want to do some table decor for Christmas, but then put it away for a while.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I totally see that with reels too. And it's kind of like, as well, first I want to like go back to what you said. Like sometimes, like, being on this platform for a couple of years now, there are seasons in your life where, like, you have to take a step back, or, something happens in your life. And I think sometimes people get frustrated with that. But I think this is a long game,
Hmm.
and I think if you think of this as that, you can have moments in time where you can take a step back or take a break, or like you said, when you have a child, that
Yeah.
really it takes you out, and you need that time for you and your family.
Hmm.
So it's very important for that. And even when we first moved back from Texas, I was all over the place. Like, I don't know, I couldn't even, like, my house was tore up. I still had stuff in boxes because I knew they were tearing up the floor. So I didn't unpack. And I'm like, "Nah, nah, nah." And I froze at pretty much where I was for months, which was fine because
Yeah.
that was the season I was in.
Yeah.
So, but the introduction of reels, and I think pivoting, like you said, like while being on Instagram and now following it, pivoting on Instagram and seeing what's the new thing, you have to
Yeah.
kind of jump on that. And my first couple reels sucked too. I mean, I think I threw up like a shopping trip. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I'm like, okay, I have 15 seconds. Who's going to watch that? But now I love it because I'm like, wow, I just saw that in 15 seconds.
That is one thing I did want to say is, so not knowing what to post on reels, what I have learned and seen from people trying to do it
Yeah.
is, like, you kind of have to stick with your niche.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm home decor, you're home decor, like I mix in a little bit of my family's, like holidays, but don't go like total left field and try to do some like wacky TikTok dance, because it's gonna, like, no, I'm serious.
I
Women
agree.
I'm seeing women who like have these beautiful pictures and these beautiful feeds, and then they get on there and do some like weird stuff. And I'm like, oh, that I don't think that's what your audience like really wants to see. And you can tell because they do bad. So when I do have reels that don't do as well, I'm like, oh, okay, like nobody wants to see that again. I'm not going to waste my time. Like I tried to do like an Amazon fashion one, and it was cute and it still did fine. But I'm like, yeah, my audience isn't really here for that. So I'll just stick with the home decor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I agree. And it doesn't hurt to try new things,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
just pay attention.
Yeah, I pay attention. Like if something doesn't do really well, then that's my audience telling me like, okay. I mean, sometimes you can blame things on the algorithm, but and it's weird some days, but it's pretty much like, okay, the things that do really well, like go to what I've heard from people is like go to your feed, see your best posts or your best videos, and then oh, that's what my audience wants to see. That's what they like from me.
Yeah, and it's funny is like I ask this question every time before a holiday to
Hmm.
my followers, and I'll ask it a couple times. Do you guys want to see more styling videos or do
Yeah.
more DIYs? And every time they want to see styling videos.
Ah.
My styling videos don't get as many views as my DIYs. So I'm like, you guys are fooling me. I know, like if I just do the simplest DIY, it gets way more traction. But guess
Mhm.
what? Christmas is coming, and I'm still going to ask the question.
Yes.
But guaranteed they're going to say styling, and guaranteed I'm going to do more DIYs. But I'm going to add in styling because some people want, but I've noticed over 2 years now that that's kind of the thing. And same with Halloween. Like Halloween for a lot of people is not a big deal.
Yeah.
They don't like it, but I like it. And so,
Yeah.
it's still my page and I'm like having fun with it and I have one more week and I can see my engagement dropping, but that's okay because Christmas is a week away.
I know we talked about that the other day, and I did post some Halloween today, and it did well, but I'm ready to take it down. I'm like, okay, how many days left do I have to keep these pumpkins out and this wreath? Like, I know it's sad, but
It's
I'm
hard.
ready to. I kind of want a blank slate for a couple weeks before Christmas.
Yeah.
Not I'm not going to rush right into anything, but it's kind of nice to like put things away and just have a neutral blank slate.
Yeah. No, it is nice. I'm not. I'm gonna
Oh,
do
what I
I'm gonna do throwbacks. I'm gonna do last year's favorites.
oh, definitely.
Like you
What
said,
I was gonna say about your DIY reels like doing better, probably because you're getting more new people from that, not necessarily the people that are already watching. Like if it's going to the explore page
yeah,
and you're getting new people, because a lot of people that might not be super into home decor, but a lot of people are into DIY.
yeah.
So that's the trick. Yeah, you're getting new people from that.
That's great. I didn't even think of it that way, but that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because then I also notice like I grow more. Like you said,
Yeah.
like you don't see the reels, you don't see the insights, but you see the follower count.
Yeah, I know. I bet you soon they'll release some sort of insights on
I
that.
hope so. Do you have the 30-second reel?
I
Like
do.
I
Do you
don't.
not?
I don't. I don't, and I
Ha-
want it.
Have you held down where it says 15 seconds? Have you held it down?
Yeah, I don't have a 15-second. It just says like when I this is totally off topic, but when I go in, I don't have that option. It says like timer, audio,
Yeah.
this, that. Well, when I hit timer, it doesn't, when I hit that, it only gives me the 15-second, like a little thing. And then I can add additional 10 seconds for one, or I don't know. It doesn't give me the 30 because I've seen where people are like, oh, new feature, look, 30
Yeah.
seconds. And I'm like, I don't have that. Maybe
When
I hasn't updated yet.
when Instagram first released just music in your stories, I think it was like a year before I got the music feature. It
Same.
like it picks and chooses who gets what.
It drove me nuts.
Um, but yeah, and I've heard some people don't have music for their story or for their reels either.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but I feel that people, so this is what I've learned. People attention span is very short. If you don't hook them in those first like 2 seconds, seriously.
With your cover photo, yeah.
Yes. So, my cover photos don't work.
Oh,
So yeah, so you have to hook people right in those first few seconds. So I find that actually the under 15-second videos do better
mhm.
unless you're doing something that really, really, really needs that like extra time. But if it needs more time, you can say like, oh, go see my highlights or my blog post about it, and it's kind of a teaser. So I do feel the shorter videos do better.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying them too.
Yeah.
It's easy, it's quick and easy. So I want to talk about your collabs because a little bit in our pre-interview, we talked about collabs, and I thought I was doing well, but you are doing amazing. I told my husband, I was like, "Whoa, I need
Ah,
more collabs."
so I will say that I think my advantage a little bit was like working in design for so long and working in wholesale that I was just used to asking for things and like getting a lot of stuff for free or sent to me. So in my head, like I knew that's kind of like how companies worked, but I didn't know you could get paid. So I think it was like around 5,000 followers, like little shops started reaching out to me for stuff. And I was so excited for like a year. I was so excited, like just to get a free little something. And then when I hit 10,000 followers, I thought some like magic thing was going to happen, or I thought you could make so much money from like the swipe ups. And then I realized like, oh, like it's like pennies you can make from swipe up. I didn't understand how people were making money or collabing. And then I read that it's actually like 80% sponsored posts and only 20% from any sort of like swipe up or affiliate marketing.
Mhm.
And I went to a retreat and met all these other lovely women, probably about like 50 other home decor style women. And someone actually showed me a media kit. Like I'd heard of it, but like no one had actually like printed theirs out and showed it to me.
Oh,
And
nice.
they printed, and you know what they did? They printed out their rates. And I thought nobody ever talks about like money or rates or what you should ask for. And I was really, really happy that they were so honest about it. And they were like, this is how much we charge for a blog post. This is how much we charge for an Instagram post. And just for people listening, the rule of thumb kind of is like 10 like $100 for every 10,000 followers. So
Mhm.
like 10,000 followers, $100 for a post. So, you know, if
Yeah,
you
do
have
the
100,000 followers, you could be asking $1,000 a post, which when I first heard that, I thought, wow, that's insane. And now I realize like that's actually not insane. This Instagram collaborations are actually marketing dollars well spent. Like, not a lot of people are reading the newspaper. Print magazines are like going out. So, ads on Instagram, that's just their marketing budget.
Mhm.
So, it's not weird for them to, like, if I'm already showing home decor all the time, like, that's free advertisement for someone to send me free rugs, free bedding,
Mhm.
free, um, anything, you know, for my house that I'm already going to be showing or that I already would be buying. So for a long time I was really happy just getting free stuff, and like the first year I probably got $20,000 worth of free stuff, and then it's just like piled on top. But it got to be last Christmas and I had so much free stuff that I was like, I don't even have places to put this. So now I only take something if I really, really need it, or I would have bought it anyways. And so if I'm redoing something at home and I know I'm going to need this, this, or that, before I go buy it, I will reach out to the companies, you know, just through a simple DM or through an email and say, hey, I'm working on this. I send them my media kit. So
Mhm.
if you're listening and you don't know what a media kit is, it's just a resume, but it's specific for social media.
Mhm.
Has your stats, your following, some photos,
Yes.
your bio. And I usually always get really good responses through DM, and people say yes. But if I'm reaching out asking for something, I don't ask them to pay me as well.
Mhm.
But I probably get 10 emails and messages a day for people asking me to do like paid sponsorships. But again, I'll only take stuff that makes sense. I'm not going to, you know, sell ranch dressing and chicken nuggets. Which it's a lot, like there are a lot of opportunities for like food products or things that like a lot of kids stuff. And I do feature my kids a little bit, but like it's hard to take photos with kids.
Yeah.
So, um, but there is definitely money to be made in Instagram, and I'm learning that more and more as I go. And so I would rather take like fewer collabs and have them be like really high quality. Or like I said, I love taking collaborations where all they want content, they want videos, they want photos for them to use on their own
Mhm.
websites or social media. It's not me even posting about the company. Then it doesn't matter what the product is. They just want my photography and my videography services, which I'm happy to do because I love making them. And it doesn't take too much time. You don't have to get a post about it. It doesn't have to match your brand or your genre.
Or fit into your feed or do what you do.
Yeah.
You don't have like a,
Yeah.
like you said, you don't have a random food shot in the middle of your Christmas
Yeah.
decor.
So I would say about 40% of my collaborations is just purely doing photos and videos for companies where I'm not even posting about it. So I never talk
Amazing.
about it on Instagram. It's not something I need to share. Um, but yeah, the rest I really try to stick to home and or things that like make sense to me.
Yeah, and I think as a newer account, when you first get a candle or a
Yes.
smaller rug, it is very exciting. But as you
Ah,
grow, you have to, like you said, get a media kit. I have a media kit, and I talk about that. And just present yourself more business-like, right?
yes.
Right. So just adding those layers of professionalism is going to speak more to brands because they know you're taking it seriously.
Yes, that's why I'm currently trying to redo my website and my blog because I'm like a lot of people like don't a lot of my followers said just ditch the blog. A lot of people weren't that interested in it. So I wasn't going to waste time with it, but it's actually still generating so much traffic from pins on Pinterest. So
Mhm.
people are still seeing it. Like, it was a mess. So this past month, I have been working on trying to do that and then get like a really professional website to offer my other services that have nothing to do with like Instagram and just have to do with photography and things like that.
That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, I always talk about like blog being your hub, and I'm not a natural
Mhm.
blogger, and so
Yeah.
I do tell people like like even with the podcast, every time I add something to Instagram or another layer of what I'm doing, like I realize I there's things I can't do. I can't do photography, so I hire someone. Like that's just in my budget, right?
Yeah.
And then I have a VA who helps me with my blog post. She's amazing because I can't, I'm not going to make you sound great. I
Yeah.
learned I'm a talker, not a writer. So, like once you
Me
get
too.
to, once you get to a certain point, you need to realize if you're going to expand and grow in different directions, then,
Yeah.
to reach out and get that help when it's needed. But in the
Yeah.
beginning, I would say, like you said, like having a blog is important just to have that hub. And it's a big for collaborations because brands,
Yeah.
they want that information. They want your Pinterest information, your
Yeah.
media kit, they want your blog, they want any other social medias you're on.
I love Pinterest and I do that anyways. So Pinterest is always good.
Yeah, I bet. I bet Pinterest is good for you because visually, like,
Yeah.
we all love Pinterest. Do
And
you
that's what with my blog, I'd rather put like 25 photos on there and write like 5 sentences.
yeah,
People
right?
are like, we would like a 500 to 700 word blog post. And I was like, no, you got to pay me a lot of money to write that much.
Like, that's gonna take me a while.
I know.
Um, so do you put your videos on Pinterest?
I was just thinking about that this week that because I was on Pinterest and I saw other videos and
Mhm.
I was like, oh, maybe I should do that because I know you can pin to Pinterest straight from Instagram. So is that what people are doing? Are you doing that?
I no, I don't have it going straight to Instagram. But
Like you have to like do the like three little dots and then like copy link and then you go into Pinterest.
oh, I
I
guess I
I
never linked
haven't
my
tried it with the video yet.
no, I haven't linked my Pinterest. I'm such a freak about my Instagram and security. Like I'm annoyed,
Oh,
like I just don't want it going anywhere. So, but
do
what
you have two-factor authentication?
oh yes.
Okay.
And
I've never heard of anyone with two-factor authentication being hacked.
I have.
I will say you have?
I have.
Okay.
And you know why? It's because they got an email from someone that
Oh,
they
yeah,
thought was like a legitimate
and they
company.
click the link.
And I will literally, because I get offers too, like through my email, and I'm like, I'll look them up separately and then
No.
I'll
Me
email them back
too.
and I won't click that link, even if they're a real company. And I'll say, can you tell me a little bit more about this without sending me a link? I don't click links in emails.
I
Just
even just got
because.
a suspicious email today. Like, they messaged me, I emailed them, and then they said, "Oh, can you send us your address first?" And I thought, that's weird. I haven't even accepted a collaboration. We haven't talked about anything. I would never send my address. I'm very weird too about like sending my address to companies to mail me
Yeah.
stuff. I don't want people knowing. I don't show the outside of my house. We live very secluded, but there's just certain levels of privacy like that I want to have.
Yeah. And I think everyone should think about that
Yeah,
because
I think so many
you
people
put yourself
don't.
out there more,
Yeah.
you put yourself out there. Right?
Yeah.
So you just have to protect yourself a little bit more. And yeah, we get weird DMs, and I've had weird things happen. So I'm very cautious about that too.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've made lots of real life friends from Instagram
Oh
and I
no,
met
no,
with
like
people. But yes,
mostly
so that's
creepy
what we're
men.
talking. Yeah. I know.
Not that I'm against men. I'm just like, but there's some things people shouldn't be sending you.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so Pinterest, what I was going to say is usually I will upload a video that I already have, and I've seen huge growth in my Pinterest from that.
Really? Okay, I need to do that
Huge,
today.
huge growth. And now because I have a TikTok,
I was going to ask about that. Yeah.
so I have a TikTok, so I download the TikTok and upload it because if you go from Instagram to Pinterest, they delete the Reels music. You don't get the music. You'll get the
Oh,
video, which is fine, but you lose the
um,
music. The TikTok, for some reason, you can
yeah.
download that and upload to Pinterest and you get to keep the music.
Oh,
So
Okay.
Yeah. So what I do is any of my videos now, since I've been on TikTok just since quarantine, I'm like, okay, my friends in a group chat, they're like, you guys have to do TikTok. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm doing okay. I have about 46,000 followers. But
That's really good.
some of
When
my
did you
friends like
start?
flew by me though.
But so I have like I didn't even think I could get TikTok because you can't get it anymore. You would
Oh,
have had to already have downloaded it.
no, I think you still can.
Because they made that ban.
No, no, you can. I'm pretty sure you still can. Yeah.
Okay, so if you already had it, you were fine. But I heard you couldn't get it again
No, you should be
if
able to
you
get it.
couldn't download the app.
They were trying to ban it. I don't think they got.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think they
So
banned
I somehow, yeah, so I went on my phone and I had previously had it, I guess,
it.
and so it
Okay.
re-downloaded, but
Okay.
like I've never posted
Your
anything, so I'm
stuff would
like,
do amazing on there.
but did I miss the bandwagon? Like, is it too late?
No, 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 no,
Okay.
no, no. What's funny is TikTok approached me like a year and a half ago and
Really?
they were gonna pay me like 3 grand or
Yeah.
something to do videos. I was like, no, 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 I'm not doing TikTok. And then now I do it for free.
Are you taking paid? No, there are companies that still
Well,
will pay you.
no, no. Now I'm getting collaborations through
Oh,
TikTok.
good.
That's new.
Okay.
That's new. But TikTok
Because I've been
itself
asked.
reached out to me and wanted me to be on the platform. And that's just when I looked at it and I'm like, there's just a bunch of kids on here. No one's
Yeah.
gonna see my home decor. So no, TikTok's the new thing. So
Okay. I'm getting on there today.
get on there. You have a ton of
Yeah.
videos. You'll do great.
I'm going straight to Christmas though. Yeah, I'll post my DIYs in Christmas.
Yeah, they
Nobody
love
wants
the
to see.
DIYs.
Yes.
Yeah, they love the DIYs on TikTok. I love the DIYs. I love everything on TikTok. I
You know what's hard with the DIYs? Like I'm actually in the middle of doing this countertop faux marble like
Oh
painting
yeah,
thing.
I've been watching you because I want to do that in my
And
laundry.
but it's so hard to like remember to like film each step and do everything. And I'm like, I can't just set my tripod up. That's gonna get knocked over in the paint. So like sometimes I'm like, oh, like I forgot to film that step or do this. So that's why I love the short 15-second videos though, because I'm like, oh, I can just cram it all in, it'll look fine. And then they can go to my Instagram and like see my highlights or see
Yeah,
the final product. But that's why like blogging, I'm like, oh, to do like a step by step by step.
yeah.
And I'm like, you can call me, I'll tell you how I did it. I don't know.
I completely get it. Like when because I batch my content, and when I shoot videos, I try and shoot them in a day. So they'll be like 18 in a day. And when I go back to edit,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I missed a step. Like I'm scrolling through my phone and I'm like, oh, I gotta reshoot something. I'll yell at Steve.
Okay, that
Just
was another thing I was gonna say about like shooting all your content at the same time. So like if I have a collaboration, let's say like Christmas stuff or fall stuff, they're already sending me it anyways. I have to take photos for them. So I'm gonna take that time and make videos too. But all I'm doing is I'm just setting up my tripod while I'm setting up the photo anyways. So I'm not doing any extra step and I film it. So I'm like, oh, if I film it and it looks great, I have an extra video. If it doesn't do well, then it was like I was already doing it anyways. And 99% of the time, it goes well and it
That's
looks great.
great. That's a great tip.
So, and that's what I've heard people do, like with their blog content too. It's like you reuse the same stuff over and over. And I do that. I share my photos on my blog, but yeah, getting video content and photo content out of things you're already doing at the same time is awesome.
It's a time saver. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great tip. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for saying yes and being on today. And I think so many people are going to get to see another whole side of you and learn so many great tips. That was some good stuff. So I'm really excited, and I'm excited I got to meet you more and just chat with you.
Me too.
Yeah.
I feel like I know you.
I know. I know.
I really do.
We're friends. We're friends
We
now.
are. In real life, we have met.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you.